Study yourself throughout your life, but especially in times where things are not going your way. It is important for every man to study himself. What I mean by that is get to know why you respond the way you do, or why you feel the way you do in certain situations. There is a series of questions that you can ask yourself, and we will go through a few different ways to collect the important data to help you learn and grow. Collecting data is the first step in learning and growing. When you have a stressful response or feeling, take the time to ask yourself, what happened before blank? For instance, what happened before I started feeling offended and felt my blood pressure increase with tightness in my neck and chest? Ask yourself this specific question to learn more about how you respond to situations, especially an extreme situation like when you yell at someone, get physical or threatening with someone, or when you feel afraid or like running away or getting emotional. What was said and or done that escalated to lose control of your emotions and lose control of your tongue. Next, ask yourself, what was I feeling? Was it fear, disrespect, offended, threatened, challenged? Follow that with, what led me to feel that way? Was it the last thing that was said or done? Or did it start 1 hour before and slowly spiral out of control or swell up inside of you? Maybe the last thing was very minor, but was the straw that broke you. Finally, what were you truly worried about? Whether you felt fear, disrespect, offended, threatened, or challenged, you were worried about something. Was it worried about losing control? Losing respect? Getting physically assaulted? Getting arrested? Being found out for something you have been hiding? The key here is to clearly identify what you were worried about. The answer is not nothing. Journaling is of most importance to growth in this case. Record all of your answers and thoughts by writing it down. When you take the time to write something down, you put more thought into it. You question what you are choosing to write down. This practice alone can help you learn more about yourself. List your triggers as you recognize them. List all issues in your family, work, etc., where you mostly are triggered. Remember, the first step was collecting data. You can't collect data and improve if you do not write it down to reflect on and track it as you grow. In addition to journaling the answers to the questions that we discussed, you will also want to list the scenarios in which you want to change about yourself, and then write down ways that you may be able to change them. For example, if you are worried about losing control and you feel like you are losing control when your wife calls you out for some of your bullshit and you feel disrespected and the room starts spinning, you may react in a horrible manner or just stuff it deep inside and wait for it to blow up at a later time. Either way, you need to make sure that you deal with it and change. There are many good books about overcoming being a control freak. In the end, it is just between you and you. Only good can come from you understanding yourself better. You are stuck with yourself for the rest of your life. It is a good thing to recognize what your stressors are, what sets you off, what builds the stress, what steps you can take to not let it build, and practices you can learn to break the mold. It is your life. You can choose to ignore yourself or study yourself. I challenge you to be a good student, and then a good teacher,